the mid-60s, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada went from India to New York City to teach the message of Bhagavad Gita. He translated many Vedic texts into English. Srila Prabhupada inspired his followers to open centers for Bhakti Yoga around the world, including rural projects and vegetarian restaurants.
Srila Prabhupada considered London the most important city in the world. So did his spiritual master Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And I think that there's a huge service that's been left here to perform. A lot of things that can grow and expand here. The project.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
All the food at Govinda's restaurants is vegetarian, free from meat, fish and eggs, and it is offered to God and therefore sanctified. There is no harm caused to innocent animals.
What attracted you initially?
I think the philosophy, because it answered so many questions. Why there was suffering, simply answered through karma and reincarnation. What could I do about to improve myself and others? Vegetarianism, getting rid of the drugs and the alcohol and all that stuff. And it seemed like just an absolutely natural move to make. And then when I realized that the whole movement is really based around sound vibration, music and that, it was a no-brainer for me.
I joined the Hare Krishna movement in Ireland. I got a book, and when I was living in Navan, I went to the temple to get more information. And then after a short time I moved into the temple after a month or so. Then after some training there, it was recommended I come for further training to London. And I've been serving here in London since then. That was the beginning of 2006. I've been serving here. My main service is distributing back BBT publications, Srila Prabhupada's books.
Musicians, singers, and anyone in the arts, I think, are very fortunate. Because I knew Cat Stevens, and he gave it all up for Allah. And often the Jehovah's Witnesses knock on our door, and one of them proudly told me he'd given up his guitar for Jehovah. And I was thinking, well, this just don't seem like the kind of God I could really be that interested in. So I looked around, and then I found Krishna was willing to take me as I am, so to speak, and just engage me. And that's what's helped me to remain. I do love Harinam, because people are stronger when they're chanting the holy names together. And I've developed a program called You Are the Music, which is like a mantra chorus or mantra choir. And I'm trying to do 108 of those around the world.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
We always have an opportunity for doing different kinds of services. I've been doing book distribution, and at the moment now we have this new venture of traveling around, meeting new people in different towns and introducing them to Krishna. So the inspiration is very, very much coming from Srila Prabhupada and from Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada explained that the whole world could be reached from Oxford Street. So, just from here we could be assisting and giving people the opportunity to practice spiritual life all around the world, not to mention here in London.
This building was built more than 500 years ago. The central part of the building was a Machiavelli time. The very famous Machiavelli family. He was just born a few hundred meters from here. And much more recently, in the Second World Wide War, it was the headquarters in the beginning of the Nazi. And after a few years, when the American they came here, it was becoming the headquarters for the American. And more recently, now in 1979, was becoming the headquarters for ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma.
I came to this temple in the early 80s when they first bought it, and before there was only the temple in Rome, and I came here with my parents in I think it was 80 or 81. I remember there were many devotees, very enthusiastic devotees, and there was a nice energy, and these devotees, they had many kids, so we arranged a school. We had a lot of fun, we had the whole forest to play, and we had cows, we had horses.
Actually, I like to stay in the countryside, to stay with the cow, in the green, the forest. I like simple life. For me, it was a very nice feeling. And when I was small also, for me it was strange to eat meat. And when I start to understand what I'm eating, and I start to understand I say no, stop.
The restaurant in Villa Vrindavana started back in 1987 about. Recently new programs started to develop. For example, tonight we will have here for the first day this year the yoga group, 40 people, and in a few weeks time there will be another group of 70.
In Italy, the Krishna consciousness movement was growing very fast, and literally was booming. In the 70s, 80s, the society was different from now. To live in the community, to live together was much more common than now. In 2005, me and other devotees, we took this responsibility to do something for Villa Vrindavana, and we are trying to giving another direction to the project.
My main activities is centered about the Villa Vrindavana retreats, seminars and retreats. We have regular Sunday programs. 80 to 100 people come in the winter time. In summer we have 150, sometimes more. But we have generally a very simple program, speech, conference with different topics, on different topics connected with our philosophy, our message. And then kirtan, singing and dancing in the temple.
The congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra was first introduced to the West by Srila Prabhupada. This kirtan is now a popular part of many spiritual programs around the world.
I was spending 1 year in India, searching for some superior goal. I come here to visit. I was attracted from books from Srimad Bhagavatam mainly. I started to read.
My favorite book is Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a very, very big book, and it's very instructive because it describes how we should prepare ourselves for death. There is one verse that says, what is the duty of the human being to satisfy the Lord with devotional service, and this devotional service to satisfy the Lord should be uninterrupted and without any condition.
I used to take time to take part in this interfaith dialogue, these interfaith meetings, with the proposal to meet together with all the believers, all the traditions who believe in God, and share how we connect with God, how we relate with God in a practical way, through prayers, through chanting, to study, to service, or to whatever. Also by other practices. It's not a competition, but everybody is in a service mood, presenting and open his heart.
There is this big opportunity in this broken situation, this difficult age.
Yes.
No? The very need of the society as devotee, we know that is Krishna God consciousness,
Yes.
more deep. So book distribution is big opportunity. Also is so easy. People we see outside do not know a lot about spiritual knowledge.
No.
So it is quite easy to explain them. If they ask a question, speak about karma, reincarnation, about God, about vegetarian food, like this.
I take time and distribute our books and share our message. In Italy we have a very favorable situation. We can go door to door, no problem. We can go to the schools, to the hospitals and meet people in any situation.
So Srila Prabhupada came in the Western world just to help people in discovering Krishna in their heart and add Krishna in their life. So what it means now that the world is changing very fast. We have to deal with people that mainly they don't know nothing about God. God is not also in the so Christian Catholic Italy. The word God is becoming less used than in the past. So the challenge is to make everything fresh, and not only take the people and ask the people to join you and the religious level, but you have to create different opportunity to add the God in their life. People at different level, they want to help Vrindavana. So in the short and medium period, the future, what we want to do, we want to put together all the natural attraction that Villa Vrindavana has, like spirituality. Of course, this is the heart of Villa Vrindavana. We have a temple, Radha Vrajasundara, is the reason because we are here. But also we have a culture, architecture from the past. And we have a very nice forest, very nice garden. So all these can be put together. Also the protection of the cow, protection of the animal.
After reading the Bhagavad Gita twice, the Bhagavad Gita was given to me by a friend of mine who went to London Temple and brought it back, my flatmate, when I was living in Cardiff in 1971. I took it and I read it through twice, and then I started praying for Krishna to send devotees to Cardiff. Later I organised the book distribution nationwide, so I was fortunate enough to have a reasonable amount of personal relationship with Srila Prabhupada to some level. Well, I've always wanted to do a cafe. Before I came to the Hare Krishna movement, I was in catering. I was working in restaurants in Cardiff. So there's a lovely letter, but it was relaying Prabhupada's instructions on the next phase of our movement, which was Hare Krishna restaurants. We have temples, we have Harinams, we have the books, but this is more, it's a step in a cultural step, sort of people who would never perhaps go to a temple will come into this cafe. So many people come in here and they're not sure at first. They look around and they feel a little bit something's unusual, but after one or two visits they sit down, they relax, they sit here for sometimes quite a long time. Srila Prabhupada wrote some other letters at the same time encouraging devotees to have restaurants along with Bhaktivedanta reading rooms where people can become familiar with Prabhupada's teachings.